What's up, friends? Today is day 7 of 33 of posting a video every day in December. Today we're going to do a super quick walkthrough of replacing my link in bio by building on Canva and taking that onto Replit. All right, so let's get going. All right, so this is my Canva, and we're just going to go 1080, 1920. So this is going to be for mobile only. And we're just going to make a super quick design. This is one of my most used, which is the square. We're just going to round that. Let's take that in. Okay. We're going to do another square. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is just wireframing. And I'm just going to make the titles for all of these. Usually I wireframe and kind of do all the details after. What I want to do, contacts. Project contact. Okay, now we'll go Vegas video production website. And then we'll go Substack here. And I just gotta find photos of myself. Okay, actually, let's take this. Substack, put this here. We'll take these 3 icons, Instagram, Twitter. And we'll just bring it down here. Bring it down here. Then what I'm looking for is a photo of myself. There we go. Let's do background remover. And let's see. I actually have, this is what my current link in bio looks like. So video production agency portfolio big space. Okay, so we'll go from here. I'm not trying to make it perfect because Replit will essentially get it, will essentially fix it within its own self. So I'm not really truly worried about that. Video producer for conference and conventions. Tech consultant. And this is a quick mock-up of this link in bio. Get rid of that. Make this smaller. Okay. And then what we'll do here is make this white. We'll make this black. Okay. Shorten that. Okay. So I'm going to take all these, go position, we'll tidy up. Let's go center. All right, so this is just a quick mock-up that we did in about 5 minutes with Canva. When I first started doing this, I tried to make it super refined, and I just realized that Replit's able to kind of just take up your mock-up, and it'll implement all of the alignment and um, yeah, I'll line up all the alignment and everything else by itself. So I stopped spending so much time trying to make this perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and export this. Da-da-da-da. Okay, good. Right, so I'm just gonna export this and get this to. Uh, so I'm just gonna export this and then get this to Replit. So let's do. All right, perfect. So um, since this is going to be for mobile only, this is how I'm using Assistant for what we're building with the link in bio. So we are creating a link in bio for mobile only. I've attached a mockup above. So I know Replit has Figma integrations, but a lot of my work is on Canva, so I would rather just keep it on Canva for simplicity. All right, so this is how I'm using Replit for this natural language explainer, right? So I'm telling Replit, hey, we're creating a link in bio for mobile. This is the mockup attached. The mobile link in bio will have the following. Oops, I gotta tell it. Mockup above. This will be links. Okay, 1. And how I usually try to explain it is just from top to bottom. So let's do a box background curved rounded. So we'll do rounded X. We'll do rounded large with hex F5, F5, F5. I want a public to put in my image here. Okay. Let's go images. We'll put this into here. We're just gonna rename this Kenny Headshot. We'll take this. Okay. Three. Let's see, what else? Okay, on the border of the background, we'll have 2 icons. Instagram plus, Instagram plus Twitter. 3A. So Twitter is 3B. Instagram is. Okay, below that we'll have 4 buttons, I would say. 4 buttons, boxes. For a first box is projects. Actually, let me tell it. We'll have 4 boxes. Background will be black with rounded large. First box is projects. We'll have a drop down icon and drop down ability to feature our projects. We'll finish this later. For B is button that says 4C, we'll go video Substack, and then we'll just place all the links. So this will be March found media. That's actually like this one. So Kenny Chai / contact. kennychai.substack.com. All right, so let's see what this looks like. I've attached the mockup. I've told it what I wanted it to do, and these are the clear directions for it. Of course, we'll refine it everything after. After all, this is just 5 cents. And okay, let's go ahead and okay, so Assistant has done the work. Let's go apply all, and let's see what that comes out to. Okay, so we're gonna go links. Okay, so this is what it's made. Pretty decent, I would say. Some refining. Of course, this box boundary needs to go all the way up. This icon needs to be smaller. Looks pretty decent. This is the process flow that I usually go with Assistant and then Canva. So I build everything on Canva, bring it in, and then essentially just tell Replit what I want it to do. If I want to refine it, okay, that looks great. Let's refine a few things. One box needs to cover full top. And sometimes when it makes mistakes like this, and not mistakes, but you know, when it takes you about 80%, it's pretty good, right? So, you know, what I usually do is give it its own visual cue of what mistakes I'm telling it to fix, right? So let's do this. Cover full, screenshot attach shows empty white space on top. Icons need to be on boundary on bottom boundary as attach on mockup. And then I'll reattach the mockup that I had, which is this one. There you go. 3 projects need to be middle align text. 4 bottom footer. Let's link that to the right. So as you can see, everything works links wise, Substack wise, everything on the link, everything that we've told it to link has worked so far, which is pretty great. This I'm gonna implement later. I'm gonna make another Canva mockup of what it should look like. But essentially, I'd want it to. This is how I did it with my links right here. So that's kind of what I want it to look like. Okay, let's see if it can fix everything. Let's see if it can fix everything with what I just asked it to do. With Assistant, I usually just ask it like, "Hey, does that make sense?" Sometimes it repeats to me what we're trying to do, and it's a little better, right? So this is okay. Like obviously, it needs a little more spacing. Let's see if this works. Yes, okay. The white space still probably needs to be filled, so I kind of need to just go in there. These little gaps right here and stuff like this, it's really kind of, it's really harder to explain. And what I've learned in the last 4 months is that I'm just going in and just figuring out like, hey, where is everything going? So, like this is Twitter icon, obviously, right? So let's go ahead. I'm gonna just change the size of this. Going to change the size of this because these are a little too large. So I brought it smaller let's bring the gap down to 2. And you tell me this 4 months ago, I would have never known how to do this. Bottom 4. All right, so now it's kind of where I want it to be, right in that middle of the border. Um, and that's just how I kind of edit some stuff. I don't need to tell a system like, hey, I want this 2 pixels up, 2 pixels down. I'm able to just go in and just look at it. I'm like, okay, this is where everything is. Like social icons is really good. A lot of this stuff is so well labeled that you're just able to like, all right, this is here and this is here. And, instead of telling a system like, hey, make this background blue or make this background black or whatever it is, you can just go in and just change it here, right? Like if I want to change this, let's go 000, right? So stuff like that, little stuff like that, you can save money as well. Obviously, just saving either you're using agent or um, assistant, whatever it is, 5 cents, $1 here, but it does save a lot if you're just able to go in to the code base itself and change padding within this. But other than that, I'm gonna end it here, and this is just to show you what Canva and Assistant can do, and this cost me 10 cents, and this will be up live within the next hour or so. All right, on to day 8, and hope you all have a good Saturday. See y'all on day 8. Thanks.